Julie Brogdon-Culberson of Professional Mojo, and my co-host, City Manager Marcia Hampton, will be here shortly. She has the pleasure of coming up the street and being part of the parade. This year's theme, of course, is Pride and Faith. Pride in our past, faith in our future. So you're going to see some wonderful themed floats today and entries. And one of the best things about the parade is that it is a community event. You're going to see lots of different organizations, businesses, political units, government of all sorts. And that's one of the best things about it. I'll tell you what, too, you're also going to see all of the great people lined up and down the street because so many people come out, they pay attention, they like to see what's going on, and it's wonderful fellowship as we celebrate the 241st birthday of our country. It's a wonderful time to bring together everyone in the city. Now, if you're joining us live on Facebook or YouTube or wherever it might be, remember that we have a lot of great festivities for you today. So I'm going to remind you of some of that. Immediately following the parade, all of us can go right on over to Hunter Park where we're going to have a full day of festivities. There's going to be great things for the kids. There's going to be food, wonderful time together. And then, of course, the big bang tonight is going to be the City of Douglasville fireworks. It's going to start somewhere around 9:30ish, depending on how dark it gets. And of course, you're going to be able to see that from Arbor Place Mall and also from Sam's. But you can see a lot of different places. Now, as you're looking down the street right here, you're going to see that the parade is on its way to us. Now, as everybody comes by the booth, don't forget our esteemed judges here are going to be judging all of the entries. We have Attorney Zane Hedge, we have Mary Jane King, we have Naomi Todd, and we also have Josie Whited. And we're very thrilled to have everybody here today, and they're going to be looking at everybody coming by the booth, and they're going to have the tough job of judging today. I wouldn't want to be the judges as all of this comes by. Oh, and there's the judges. Say hey to the judges. They're going to be paying very close attention. Do the entries really represent what our theme is for this year? Are the entries folks that are excited to be in the parade? They're going to have lots of great ways to judge. Now, here we see coming up, you're going to see him here in just a few minutes. Say hello to the Douglasville police, folks. Yay! Okay. We appreciate our first responders. Pride in past, faith in our future. Remember that, pride in our past, faith in our future. That, in fact, is the theme for this year. That's one of the things the judges will be looking forward to. So again, remember, as we see the color guard coming up the street, fireworks tonight around 9:30ish, but immediately after this, be sure and go on down 11 a.m. Hunter Park, wonderful festivities going on there. So here is the City of Douglasville Honor Guard. And I don't know if you know much about an honor guard, but they serve as the guardians of the colors. Let's give them a hand. We appreciate that. Our first responders mean so much to us in our community. The guardians of the colors display and escort the national flag on ceremonial occasions and at official state and local functions. We appreciate them being here today. Coming up now, we have City of Douglasville Chief of Police, Gary Sparks, and we really have had oh, it's a canine unit too, because that just makes me happy, I have to tell you, a canine unit as well. We appreciate what Chief Sparks has been doing in the community. You probably have been able to see him on YouTube videos. And now we also have the Youth Against Violence. They do so many great things in the community. I'm glad that people are giving them a hand. They have wonderful education, keeping our youth safe, and that has absolutely been a commitment for Chief Sparks in the county. And as you're seeing there, so many great folks lined all along the streets for today's Independence Day parade, all up and down. I love to see everyone coming together. And the chief and the sheriff now are coming up walking together, the chief and the sheriff. We have Douglas County Sheriff 10 Pounds and, of course, the chief of police, Gary Sparks, which really is, we love that. You see a lot of county and city working together, and both of these gentlemen, if you have had the opportunity to meet them and see them in the community, that is absolutely one of their priorities. We also have Brian Fortner, our district attorney, along with them. And very exciting, right behind Chief Sparks and the sheriff. Now you know why they're so great. They're very much about the community. Hello, guys. Very much about the community. We just love that. Coming up right behind that, of course, is our Grand Marshal, Lieutenant Ricky Dobbs. Lieutenant Ricky Dobbs, our Grand Marshal. Now, Ricky Dobbs was known as the mayor by his teachers at Douglas County High School in Douglasville, Georgia. He was the recipient of the Faculty Cup at his commencement ceremony. And of course, he played at Douglas County High School, and he went to the Naval Academy. He was also the MVP in the Texas Bowl in 2009. Maybe a little known fact. We're very proud of Lieutenant Ricky Dobbs. He now serves at the Naval Academy, counseling other students. So great to have him with us. Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones coming up. Ramona Jackson Jones, chairman of the commission. Oh, and you can tell that we've got the old fire truck coming up right now. The old fire truck. And in the old fire truck, we have Mr. Yockey, Mr. Siegel of the City Council. I love these old fire trucks, too. So say hello to our City Council people. It's great that all of our elected officials are involved in today's Independence Day parade. Let's wave. Hello, how are you? Wave live to Facebook and YouTube. Councilman Siegel, of course, was my co-host last year, if you recall. And he did a very, very fine job. Oh, Ann Jones Guider, District 4, Douglas County Board of Commissioners, having a great time as well. And now, coming up, of course, is my co-host. She's making her way up here right now, Marcia Hampton, City Manager. I love it because she gets to walk up and jump into the booth. And here she comes right now. Welcome, Marcia.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's a little warm.
I bet it is. I bet it is, but you're here now.
I am, and
all
probably
right.
Not as warm as it's been in the past year, so it's been all right.
Good deal, good deal. All right, so Marcia's with us now, and we really appreciate that. We are seeing a lot of first responders come through. Love it. This looks like this is part of the special response unit, maybe the command center.
It is, and I think the sheriff has done an outstanding job of implementing some different things as part of his fleet. So I think you'll see that very different from probably previous years. Each elected official has their own initiative, and Sheriff Pounds is putting forth his this year on July 4th.
Absolutely. One of the things I love too was that the sheriff and the chief of police, they all came down together. Right. I love what's happening in the community. It's a good thing.
It's great.
Now, those are pretty impressive vehicles, Marcia.
They are. They're part of a special unit, so you'll see, and I think even at the end of his fleet, you'll see some unique things that you may not see as a part of the sheriff's department, and as being part of the front end of the parade, helping them line up and get started, you kind of get to see some of those things.
I know I tell you, there's not a lot of talking over the sirens, right?
No. Now that fine unit, of course, that's a joint unit between the Douglasville Police Department as well as with the Sheriff's Office. So that's a special unit, joint forces between both governments.
Very good. So it's great to see all the first responders here. And that sounds to me like, we don't see it on the screen yet here live, but it sounds to me like almost an ice cream truck that's coming down the road.
I think so. I think that's part of that special unit that the sheriff has implemented that's very different. One of the things that both our city police department and I know Sheriff Pounds is highly interested in is community-oriented policing.
Right.
So that's making certain that our officers get out of their cars and get to know the community.
I love that. Ice cream in the community. That's a great way to the kids' hearts for sure.
That's right.
I like that.
Yep. That's right.
I would take free ice cream.
Free ice cream? That's right.
I love that. So you guys need to make sure and look for the Polar Patrol in your community and get free ice cream. That's right. What you're seeing right now.
Coming to a neighborhood near you real soon.
I was hoping they'd stop and give us some ice cream. He keeps teasing us with it, but it's just not happening. Just not happening.
Can you imagine? He probably would have stopped the parade today if he was giving out free ice cream.
I know it. That would have been it, right? A little bit of patriotic music coming down the road now, too.
Yes, definitely. And I know that this has been a part of the sheriff's unit, even with the previous sheriff as well.
Right.
Music always is festive, no matter who you are, where you are, what generation you're from. Everybody loves music.
They absolutely do. People are doing a little dance all up and down the sidewalks here. Hey, how are you? Next we have, coming up right after that, we're going to see the Douglas County Sheriff's Command Center.
Yes.
Tell us about that, Marcia.
The Command Center is a specialized unit. Basically, there's a lot of computer equipment that's probably way above my head that allows our law enforcement officers to set up command anywhere and respond to various situations. So the City of Douglasville Police Department has one, as well as the Sheriff's Office. So I think the citizens of Douglasville, Douglas County can rest assured that we have the best equipment that's out there.
And I think we saw that for sure.
Yeah.
Coming up here, we have the Chapel Hill ROTC.
Yes.
Again, presenting the colors. What a great way for our young people to not only to say thanks for our independence, but to be a part of today's parade.
That's right, and a special place in my heart. Chapel Hill has a naval ROTC unit. So I was in naval ROTC when I was in college. As well as many folks know, I served in the Navy. So that's a very good way for young folks to start inputting professionalism and discipline in their lives. And I think that that's a great unit, as you can see as they march on, how great they are.
Well, we're sure glad to have them as part of today's parade. Now here we have the American Legion Riders, and I know that you guys have seen them oftentimes in the community, especially if we have a fallen hero. They oftentimes come out and they line the sides or they ride with them, and that's an important part.
Definitely. They're a great group. They participate every year. No matter what, we never have to call on them. They always show up in numbers.
The American Legion Post 145 was chartered in 1935. That's how long that post has been around and a part of the Douglasville community. And I know I've been down there a number of times actually to meet with them for fundraisers and to sing karaoke. So they're a lot of fun in addition to being a great member of the community too.
They are very nice. They always honor public service employees each year. City of Douglasville participates in that. That's a great tribute. They always do that, from city, county, school board, always being there and being supportive.
Yeah. Now I may need one of those right there, Marcia.
One of those slingshots?
Know,
yeah, my son wants one too. But I don't think he's going to get it.
We appreciate their service and what they represent.
Definitely.
I love that that float too. I tell you what, I would not want to be one of the judges today. They're going to have a tough job.
Very nice.
veterans associations here in our community do so much for folks from all, not just all wars, but all conflicts. From no matter how old or how young, how short a time you served, they're right there and they'll provide everything that you need.
That's right. That's right. That's probably the reason why my son won't get one.
Oh, come on. So much fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
All right. Miller and Wynn, attorneys at law. You see they're coming through.
That's right. Councilman Miller serves on our city council. He's also a downtown business owner here in Douglasville. So it's great to see him enter into the parade.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
And they have some puppies along with.
They do. Some of the cutest.
Some of the cutest. You got to love it when you have puppies.
That's right. Many people may not know, but Councilman Miller actually breeds dogs. Oh. So it's a joy of his. So if anyone's ever interested, I know he hunts as well. So he talks about it a lot, and he has some of the cutest dogs that are out there. He's walking by. Hello, Councilman Miller. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so I did not know that, Marcia.
Yes.
I love the factoids. Now that explains why everything has a puppy in it.
That's right, and that was former council member Carl Pope, who served on council twice, serving 8 years here in the parade as well.
Again, another large name in the community. You can't be in the city of Douglasville and not know Mr.
That's
Pope.
right.
Hello, how are you? Now that's the way to do a parade, is to ride in a trailer.
That's right.
And have lots of cute kids in a truck.
We do. Kids are always a great part of this 4th of July parade. It's always great to see them out. They're typically the most festive of the citizens. Face painting, decorative costumes, always great.
And I want to remind folks, too, immediately following today's parade, head on over to Hunter Park because we're going to have a full day of festivities over there. And then, of course, tonight, somewhere around 9:30ish, we'll have the City of Douglasville fireworks. It's always a great time, and you can see that from Arbor Place or from the Sam's parking lot. So your day will not end once the parade is over.
No, and I do encourage everyone to get their spots somewhere around, be in their locations around 8:30. It fills up fairly quickly. So you want to make certain you get a good location to view the fireworks.
Exactly. We just saw amazing faces go by.
Yes.
And now we have the Douglasville First United Methodist Church.
That's right.
Douglasville First United Methodist Church is over on Presley Mill Road.
It is. And I see it's being led by one of our locals, Barry Tyser from Anchor Heating and Air. So great community partner. They're always giving, always participating. Very good family.
They're having a health fair, I believe, maybe July 15th, I think it is. And it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Lots of free tests and great things for the community there. Next, we have Fortress Storage. My husband always loves it.
Yes.
When we see the Fortress Storage truck come through. I think he wants his truck to look like that, Marcia.
I'm sure he wants to wrap it. Fortress Storage, another great community business as well, always participating, always reaching out.
That's where my travel trailer is housed. It's over at Maybell. Maybell is housed over at Fortress Storage.
That's right.
Here we see Donzella James.
Yes, she is one of our state senators. Ms. James represents a portion of Douglasville, Douglas County. She is one of those who always participates as well. So we're happy to see her participating in the parade.
I sit on the WellStar Advisory Board, and she's come and spoken to us a number of times about what's happening at the state level, not just in healthcare, but all across, and we really appreciate that.
Yes. Now we have Representative Roger Bruce, who represents Douglas County as well. Hello, Representative Bruce. How are you?
How are you, sir? Representative Bruce, good to see you. I'll wave you from afar. Again, always both of them always very willing to come and talk to the boards, talk to the community clubs, make
Yes.
sure that we all know what's going on.
That's right.
I appreciate that.
And that's great to show that at a local parade, that the Georgia representation from the state is here locally supporting the citizens. That's always a great thing to see.
One of my favorite things about this particular Independence Day parade, we've seen a lot of them, is that there's so much participation from all levels of government and from every organization. I think it gives voters truly an opportunity
Yes.
to take that moment and shake the hands with people who represent them.
That's right.
I love that.
Even at the Gold Dome.
That's right. Even at the Gold Dome. They're right here with us today.
That's right. Now, some of those costumes that are coming up are reminiscent of my native hometown, Louisiana. You know, every year during Mardi Gras, you can see some of these very festive costumes. So that's actually very awesome to see. It's a huge tradition. So I wonder if there's some native Louisiana in there as a part of this group that's coming up.
I think it might be so. I think they look pretty cool.
Yes.
Little known fact is I actually have a branch of our company in Baton Rouge.
There you go.
I'm telling you, Baton Rouge. That entire department shuts down when Mardi Gras comes along. We can't get any work. We're like, what are y'all doing over there?
That's right. It's holiday. It's a state holiday. You have to be off. That's right. That's right.
We shut down completely over there. So a lot of that was the Democratic Party, and we sure appreciate all the parties coming out and meeting with the citizens directly and letting them learn more about that, especially since we have some local elections coming up.
That's right. We just always encourage everyone to participate regardless of their affiliation. Their vote counts and matters. Most politics, or I should say the majority of politics, I like to feel, or government I should say, is local.
It's local.
So it's where you can touch and where you can feel and where you can truly make a difference.
Absolutely. I think this is another American Legion post. All right. And their little trailer is cute.
Very cute.
How are you?
Looks like that's a cake with a flag on the top.
Ah, the Patriot Guard riders. Again, oftentimes you'll see them out along the side of the road. Military functions, military funerals. A lot of great old vehicles.
Very nice.
Today's parade.
You don't see those quite often. Very nice to see that in the parade.
That was Ashworth Realty, and that's a local realtor, Chris Brown. He's been around here for about 20 years, Ashworth Realty.
Yes. And I think coming up, we have someone very special. We do have someone very special.
Thank you.
One of our city council women is coming up, and some tidbit about her. She is a recent grandmother of 2.
What? That's
Within
an
2
impossible
weeks.
thing. Hey, y'all. How are you? You would never know that. Look at her.
No. And amazingly, on the float, she has 2 children with her. Those are not her grandchildren. She has 2 granddaughters, and they are the sweetest kids. One of them came to one of our council meetings, and she was so alert. I don't even think she was 6 months old, but very sweet. She's a very proud grandmother.
And she does not look a day over 25. So I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know how it's possible. We love it when she's on City TV, on City Connector 2. All right, next we have Sam Davis, also a city council, another one of my favorite guests over on City TV. And by the way, we tape the last Tuesday of every month. Lots of great things on there.
That's right.
Ah, Councilman Davis.
There he goes.
And you'll see him oftentimes at Wednesday Wind Down. How are you?
That's right. And a good tidbit about Councilman Davis is that he is, as I say, forever working. He has like 100 jobs. He's a DJ. He's a local barber. And some folks don't know, but he's a New Orleans Saints fan.
I did not know that. Well, I didn't know he was a barber either. So there's 2 things I didn't know. And
Yes.
I thought I knew everything about Councilman Davis. I thought I did.
Yes, he has a local barbershop here in downtown over on the north side. He has had that shop for many, many years, and many people know him. I think that's how he gets most of his information. Folks coming in the barbershop.
Right. You know, it all happens right there at the barbershop for sure. And now I know why he has such good hair all the time.
That's right. That's right. I know the Black History, Education History exhibit this year honored Private First Class Melvin Johnson. He is one of our first fallen soldiers from Vietnam. They do that every year, and they do a scholarship in honor of him for Juneteenth, which is celebrated on the third weekend in June.
And if you've never been to the Juneteenth Festival, I encourage our community to go because it is just a wonderful time and very important to our history too.
Yes.
Now there we have a car. Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like it can go very fast.
I think we're in the middle of our business floats now, and I suspect I could outrun all the folks who have road rage because of the way I drive if I had that car, Marcia. I shouldn't have said that out loud, but now you know.
That's all right. And again, from the Gold Dome, we have Representative Micah Gravely. He is one of our representatives from the Douglasville area as well. Again, always great to see our state representation.
I very much appreciated what he was doing. He was on Facebook and Twitter yesterday and the week before talking about today's parade and making sure that folks knew about it, what time it was, how to park, how to get to it. So that was great community service as well.
That's great. He's one of those that's always accessible. You give him a call, he picks up anything you're looking for. So again, I just tell folks that all around Douglas County has great representation on all levels.
And I have to say, having hosted this for several years, hey, how are you?
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th to you. It feels great out here.
Yes.
Now, granted, we're under the tent. But the breeze is wonderful. What a beautiful day.
It's very good. We have coming up Mr. Terry Baggett.
Hello,
Mr. Baggett. Our solicitor, Matthew Cruel.
And now we know it's Matthew Kroll, solicitor. He helped us along with that. So once again, we saw from the Republican Party, we saw from the Democratic Party earlier. Yes. Great to having all of them involved. And we have coming up now the Sons of the Confederate Camp 943. This chapter was organized in 1993 and was organized originally in Richmond, Virginia in 1896 before it made its way to Douglas County.
Again, they're always a participant. They participate every year. Always. Now, I'm surprised, and I didn't see it, but I'm certain that it's going to come up soon. They have that cannon.
Oh, no. You're right, they do. Thank you for reminding me about the cannon. Well, look away. I know, that's right.
So just prepare yourself, and everyone should prepare themselves, because when they launch it, hopefully they won't launch it in front of us. It can get very loud.
Maybe they'll move on down a little ways. All right, well, while we're waiting for the next floats to come up, and we get some great shots as well, let's remind folks of all the activities coming up. And it's not just the fireworks tonight and the great time at Hunter Park. July 16th, we have the Ice Cream Social.
Yes.
Now, the Ice Cream Social is on a Sunday afternoon, and it is good.
It is. It is. Actually, it's one of the events that kind of started off very small but has continued to grow, and we do run out of ice cream.
That's right. So get there early and get your ice cream.
Yes.
We also have Wednesday wind downs continuing at Hunter Park, probably through August. You know, after you get home from work, get your chair, go on out. It's great music. Again, it's a great time to see Councilman Sam Davis, maybe a way you're not used to seeing him as he's up there DJing and doing introductions and having a great time.
That's right. And I would suggest on that one as well, get there early because parking is at a premium.
It's a great time.
It is.
And then also, one last thing before we go, the Sons of Confederate Veterans float here, we have Behind the Veil Bridal Extravaganza coming up on August 20th. So if you are planning, hello there, if you are planning a wedding anytime soon, August 20th is your date.
That's
and
right.
Marcia, look what we have coming up behind
Well,
the Sons of Confederate Veterans.
They don't look like they're getting ready to
I
fire,
know.
so maybe we're safe
So
at this
there
point.
is the cannon. Again, established in 1896.
That's right.
Sons of Confederate Veterans Camp 943.
Yes.
All right, and then looking on into September, we have the Family Reunion Workshop, September 9th at the Convention Center. That's always a great time. I didn't really realize, Marcia, until I started hosting City Connector, how many huge family reunions take place right here. They come from all over, but they join here at the Convention Center.
They do. I think there's something about the west side of Georgia and us and the accessibility to Atlanta, and then family lineage that links folks from Paulding, Carroll, Douglas, all of the west side of Georgia. So I think we're a great location, and I think we are a great place where people like to celebrate the heritage.
Well, if you're planning it, there's a lot to do. Don't do it alone. Go on out on September 9th to the Convention Center and be a part of that family reunion workshop. You will not be sorry. Those folks out there know what's going on.
They do.
They know how to get it done.
Definitely. Well, it looks like we have another great float coming up. Very festive.
Oh, sure enough. Pride in our past, faith in our future. Again, I see you got the future, you got a little kid on there, and you have the past as well.
Very nice.
Well done with the theme.
It's great to see folks getting out, making floats. I know it takes a lot of time and effort to put those together, but I think the audience, the citizens, enjoy seeing that.
Absolutely. This is Sunrise Memorial Gardens. They're located over on Bankhead Highway.
Love for the
All right, here we have Pack 950. Pack 950. Cub Scouts are for boys first grade through boys in the 5th grade. Now, they meet every Tuesday over at Lithia Springs United Methodist Church over off of Bankhead Highway across from Wyatt's Pharmacy. My good friend Bill Camp is part of that pack, and I love it when they do things outside of Lithia Springs Methodist Church. They put those little zip lines up between the trees, and he's always like, "Lee, you want to go on a zip line?" I'm like, "No, there'll be no zip line for me, Bill. I don't think there's a zip line large enough for me, frankly, and that I'm certainly not going to be doing that." But they do some fun things.
That's great.
Premier Pharmacy and Village Pharmacy. Premier Pharmacy is right down here, downtown.
Yes, and they have a very interesting float. They have fireworks. I wonder if they really light up.
That's a pretty big firework. I'm stepping out and putting something over my ears if that's the case. Contemporary Church actually meets at the Douglas County High School.
They do.
And you can see them at contemporary-church.com if you'd like to learn more.
Very nice.
And they're handing out cool water, which is a good thing.
Yes.
That's a smart thing.
Another group of Boy Scouts are coming up. And of course, Boy Scouts do great things, provide great leadership for young men in our community, which is very great.
Such important skills. The Cub Scout Pack 1990 is chartered through St. Teresa Catholic Church in Douglasville and are part of the Indian Springs District. And they meet on Tuesdays as well. So if you have a youngster who'd like to go and be a part of that, learn how to use a compass, go out and do important things like build fire. I know they do more.
Survivor skills.
Survival skills.
You know, I tried to encourage my son to do Boy Scouts when he was at that age, but he just was not interested in the outdoors as much as I thought he would be. So he's more of the techno kid.
IT.
Yes.
Well, they're going to rule the world. No worries. They'll rule the world. Now, part of what I know that our viewers see when they look around here downtown is a lot of cool things are happening right across the street from us, Marcia. So why don't we remind viewers of what's going on? Because I have people ask me that all the time. Hey, what's happening over here?
A lot of construction. So we are looking at renovating our plaza. So next year, this time in the parade, when this group comes up, we'll be looking at the fountain behind them. So we are renovating O'Neill Plaza to create an opportunity for better runoff as far as water runoff and just making it a more pleasant place for individuals to come when they get entertained downtown.
Wonderful. And AD West Dance Company has been down here entertaining us, not just in the parade, but when we have functions all around the fountain.
Yes. They've been around for a very long time.
They have over 20 years. They're located over on Stewart Parkway, and they do everything from ages 2, when you first begin to dance, all the way through 12th grade.
That's right.
Ballet, lyrical, modern, point, jazz, street jazz, African groove, you name it, and they have been entertaining us for a long time. Again, a great way for boys and girls to express their creativity.
Yes, and they've always been a great participant downtown on the plaza when we've had festivals, always showing up, always bringing a large group, always participating. So we appreciate their community support as well.
And it's just infectious, is it not? I mean,
it
you
is.
Can't help but smile when you see them. They are so excited to be a part of it.
Yes, very, very talented.
So make sure you come on downtown. We have a lot of great things going on. We have some new restaurants down here. We have some new shops down here. A lot of cool things going on. All right, so Golden Memorial, UMC.
We do.
Now, what you might not know is the land was deeded to Golden Memorial in 1882 by the first mayor of Douglasville. Again, a great partner in our community.
Very great partner. Large membership. A lot of individuals in the community attend Golden. They always are open to hosting community events. Very, very great partnership with that church.
And let me tell you what, I have heard the pastor bring a message on more than one occasion,
Yes.
and it is a grand time as well.
Yes.
They are located over on Forest Avenue in Douglasville, Georgia, and you can see more of them at their website, goldenmemorialumc.org.
Yes. And it's always great to see churches participate as well as businesses. That's right. And we know churches bring a lot of people, so that's always great. It's always great to see them participate each year. I think we're coming up on another group that's been a part of the Douglasville community for a very, very long time. They are a staple in this community.
And that's the Douglasville Tiger Club, right?
Yes, yes.
The Tiger Cubs.
I think I've heard some of our council members mentioning that they were Tiger Cubs when they were little.
Oh, no, really?
Yes, yes. And one, I think Councilwoman Burdanley mentioned that her daughters were Tiger Cub cheerleaders when they were of age.
I love that when you see multiple generations coming through those organizations. You
Yes.
know they're doing something right, Marcia.
Yes. And these young men and women have been celebrated on a state level and beyond. We have recognized them for 2 years in a row at our council meetings for their accomplishments in football.
Okay, Carl cares. One of the things that strikes me every year about this parade are the number of organizations that are out there for whatever needs there are in the community.
That is correct.
Someone's always willing to step up and help you out no matter what's going on in your life.
Yes. And I think that says a lot about us as a community of how giving we really are.
Everywhere. Is there me? Am I?
Now, a surprise, some may not know, one of the floats coming up, the person who's spinning the wheels and the tunes is actually one of the City of Douglasville's employees, Chad Brown.
Everybody has a hidden talent, Marcia, and we will expose it right here.
That's right. He probably doesn't know that I just called him out. He tries to be inconspicuous, but Chad Brown works in our maintenance department. He's been with us for some time.
Coming up, we have the Exodus Ranch, and the Exodus Ranch, of course, participates in most of the parades, and they really do a great job of reaching out again to the community. They're involved in the events. They're a business as well as providing services like a nonprofit.
That's right.
They have horse therapy, livestock therapy. You can board your horses there. Do you ride horses, Marcia?
I love horses.
Oh,
Actually,
dear.
growing up, my family had horses, and I was sad after some time, of course. Those who know about horses, They are an expensive pet, and they require a lot of maintenance. But even as a 4-H kid, I was in 4-H, a lot of horseback riding. So I'm ashamed to say I haven't done a lot in a while, but it is definitely a great hobby. It's infectious. The animals are great.
So smart.
They
so
are
smart.
very, very smart, very, very loving. And I'll tell you a secret about Councilman Davis. His family has horses, too.
See? I love it. I learned so much. All right, so I'm going to tell you my horse story while they're coming up. Here's my horse story. Could you say they are so smart. My only time on a horse was I got on one of my uncle's horses. Oh, this is the nicest horse ever. Won't be an issue. I was like 8. I get on this horse. He literally takes off. The uncle doesn't know what's happening, why the horse is taking off. I'm holding on. The horse is running towards this huge fence like it's going to jump over the fence. People are running behind us trying to catch the horse. The horse won't stop. And the horse gets right up to the fence, and then all of a sudden it just stops. I did not go over the top of the horse. That was my only horse experience. My uncle was like, he's never done that before. I just don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Well, I will tell you, I have been told that horses are very sensing creatures. So they have the sense and ability about you. And I was also told that your horse sometimes picks you.
Well, that horse did not pick me, Marcia. I can tell you what. Oh, goodness gracious. So as we're looking down the shot here, you can see just all of the...
Well, it looks as if we do have a slight injury, but I know law enforcement is there. We do have our Douglasville, Douglas County Fire Department who is on hand as well. So we're going to want to make certain that we take care of that. That's one of the things that I will say that as you see law enforcement officers out, we do take a lot of pride in making certain that everyone is safe. So as we take this time to pause, we're just going to be very hopeful and prayerful that that the injury is taken care of.
All up and down the parade route, we have had first responders.
Yes.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful horses. I know it.
And
Gorgeous.
I think, and with the horses, as we talk about sensing, as you can tell, there's a stillness.
Yes.
Even the horses sense that something is not right.
Oh my God. Hi.
And we know that the first responders are down there and part of it. How are you? Beautiful.
Yes.
Like you said, they are very sensitive.
Very, very sensitive.
And anytime you deal with any animal, thank you. You certainly have to be on your P's and Q's.
You do, and definitely when it comes to animals, you need to be trained. You need to be with someone who is very accustomed to handling those animals to make certain that, safety is of the utmost importance.
Right. Looks like things are moving again, so that's a good sign.
Yes.
Now, coming up after all these gorgeous horses will be the sweeper.
Yes. As part of what we do at the City of Douglasville, I would say all of our departments are important, definitely law enforcement, but I would say right up there in line with law enforcement is maintenance and sanitation.
As a citizen of Douglasville, I can tell you that is the case. We take that stuff very important, very seriously.
You want to be safe, but you also want to have your streets clean.
I do. I don't think that's unrealistic.
I don't think so. I don't think that you would be very quite happy if we didn't pick up your trash.
I know it. I'll tell you what, and that's one of the things I love about the city of Douglasville, and especially the downtown area. It always looks so great. When we have folks who come and visit us from all over the U.S., our relatives, they say, what a great downtown. It's so clean. It's so neat. It just looks gorgeous. So thank you to all the crew who does that.
Well, I would say Greg Roberts, our maintenance and sanitation director, he does a great job. He takes pride. He always calls himself the garbage man. And we want to make certain that after these activities, that when someone rolls down at 6 p.m. tonight, that it looks as if we never even had a parade.
That's right. That's right. All right, so once again, we've been looking at Exodus Ranch and all of their beautiful, beautiful animals.
Yes. And people are probably even surprised when you look around Douglasville. You don't think about the fact that you have this many horses in this community. It's always surprising. People don't realize that there are large parts of Douglas County that are very rural and have a lot of farms, and people have the opportunity to have areas where they can raise animals.
Absolutely. They even teach you how to rodeo out there.
There you go.
Again, many thanks to our judges, Anthony, Attorney Zane Hedge, Mary Jane King, Naomi Todd, Josie Whited. They had a tough job. They looked at all of the entries. And also another quick reminder, Marcia, as we wrap up, that following the parade today, okay.
No, you got to recognize. You got to recognize this upcoming last entry. Isn't that the best way to end?
It is. It is. It is.
And a pink hat to top it off.
And also, we just have gotten word that, of course, everybody is okay. I know we had to pause earlier. There was some concern, but it looks like everybody's okay.
That's right. That is great. A testament to all of those first responders and all of those individuals who are participating to make certain that everything was okay.
Absolutely. Get the last shot of the tiny horse. That's my speed. And we want to thank everybody for being here today and tuning in. We'll see you over at Hunter Park at 11 a.m. We'll see you for fireworks at 9:30. Marcia Hampton, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I got my steps in, walked up and down Fairburn Road, so it was a great walk. And I always get to see folks up and down the parade route. So for all of those that I saw, and for those who saw me and I didn't speak, I'm sorry.
You can see her now. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. And until next time, you have a wonderful and safe Independence Day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.